Hello, I'm Jacob with the Virtual Technology Assistance Program at Thomas Nelson Community College. Today we will be covering how to write an email to an instructor. There are multiple ways to get in contact with your instructor, and they will usually tell you the best way to do so. I've personally found that email is the most popular choice, but Canvas Inbox has been growing in popularity. I have videos that describe how to access and use both Canvas Inbox and your student Gmail, which will be linked in the description below. The first thing we should do is review the class syllabus. You can find that in your Canvas classroom. So I'm going to go to my courses and go to Library Tech Help and syllabus right here. Sometimes your instructor will have the syllabus as a web page in Canvas, but more frequently it'll be a document you can download. I have one saved right here. This is an actual syllabus from a class I've previously taken. I've edited personally identifiable information to protect the privacy of my instructor. There are two pieces of information I'm looking for: the instructor's email address and title. So this is his email here, and it will always end in @tncc.edu. So when you see that, you can copy and paste it. So let me go ahead and do that. And the other thing we were looking for is the title right over here. My professor for this course has earned his PhD, so we would address him as Doctor. Any other instructor will have the title Professor. It is best to stay on the side of formality, and unless your instructor has previously made it clear that they would like to be addressed more casually, every time you interact with them, they are Professor or Doctor. So now that we have that, let's go into student email. As always, use your student Gmail rather than your personal email. Otherwise, you may not get a response from your instructor. Again, if you're having trouble doing this, please check out the video linked in the description on how to access your student Gmail. So let's go over to Compose, and let me go full screen in this. So for recipients, let's go ahead and paste in that email that we saw earlier with Control V, and now we know our email is going to go to the right place. Next, let's enter the subject line. We want to make sure we put only useful information in the subject line so that our instructor can make an informed decision about when and how to respond. The most important thing to them is what class you're in. So if we go back to the syllabus, you can see what course number and section number. So let's start by putting that in our subject line. Use Control C to copy and Control V to paste. Then let's put what we were reaching out to them about. So let's say if I have an issue with problem 7 of homework 5, let's say homework 5 question. You don't want to put your entire question in the subject line. Most likely the whole subject won't display to your instructor, and it can very quickly clutter their inbox. That is for the body of the email, which we are going to look at now. All right, so here's a quick email I put together that you can use as a template. On the first line, I address my instructor correctly. Again, if they have earned their PhD, they are doctor. Otherwise, they are professor. Then I went down a line with the enter key. And in the first sentence, I clearly explained my problem. Then I showed my instructor the work that I actually did, attached as a screenshot of the progress I've made, but I cannot figure out how to complete the problem. This serves two purposes. First, it shows the instructor that you are putting in the time and effort to the problem that it requires, and they're usually very appreciative of this and more willing to work with you. It also shows them exactly what you have done to try and solve the problem, so they aren't left guessing where you made a mistake or got stuck. It's also important to actually send the screenshot, which I'll show later. But in case you forgot, Google has your back. So if we try to send this now, it'll actually catch this for us and confirm that we're about to send an attachment, that we're about to send an email that doesn't have an attachment, because it says you wrote attached is, but there are no files attached. And we don't actually want to send this, so we'll hit cancel. Not all email clients do this, but if you're using Gmail, it will. And the next sentence is asking very clearly what it is that you want from them. If you don't include this, your instructor may misinterpret your question and do something like give you a page number in your textbook when you're already having trouble understanding the textbook. By clearly asking what you want, your instructor can help you in the way you need it most. And the last sentence is trying to help your instructor meet your request. Like, I asked for a meeting, so I specified a date I wanted to meet on and the times I was available. Of course, your instructor isn't obligated to meet with you at the times you specified, but they now know what your request is, where exactly you're struggling, how you need help, and you're giving them as much information as possible in helping you. And I like to end each email with thank you, because even though it may be their job, they are doing you a huge favor, and it makes them feel appreciated. And finally, sign your name. It should be however your name shows up in SIS or Canvas so that your instructor can associate you with your request. Be sure not to leave this out. And now we can attach that screenshot. So let's click on the paperclip here, and you would upload a screenshot that you had previously taken. Another useful tip when writing emails is to fill in the to line last. This makes it so that you can't accidentally send an incomplete email, as there's no one to send it to. If you're prone to clicking send too soon, give this a try. And there you have it. That's how to write a concise email to your instructor. If you have any questions or comments about the contents of this video, please be sure to leave them in the comments or send them to vtaptncc@gmail.com. And huge thanks to Eve Walker at the TNCC Library Writing Center for help in making this video. Thanks and happy learning.